Hello, my dear students. Welcome to another episode of Research and Publication Ethics. Today, I shall discuss very briefly that you need to know uh, about the variables in research. It is a very technical term, and very often, when you will be in the main course, when you will be in the main domain in your research, you will often uh, hear the term variables. Hello everyone, this is Professor Dr. Bhattacharya, Kamal Bhattacharya from Motherhood University, and this episode is for the students of Motherhood University who are pursuing coursework for PhD in different subject. So, variables in education research. Basically, everybody knows about, and you also know that what is variable. Variable is the data, the situation, the experiment, then that can be altered, changed, substituted, either by human being manually or naturally. Some variables you can change according to the need of your research, and some variables you cannot change because that are natural. Variables play a very important role, crucial role in reaching the conclusion, because every time the variable changes, there is a possibility of different outcome. An observation is information, okay, by an individual or thing that possesses a variety of characteristics. So variables have many characteristics. If the characteristics of an observation is the same for every member of the group, that is, if it does not vary or change, it is called constant. If a characteristic of an observation differs from group members, it is called variable. This is not limited to the observation, but also it is a kind of information, data that is changed for the successful outcome of a particular research. For example, as I told you, some variables are changeable, controllable, and some variables you cannot control. For example, if you want to go for a research work on the average UV index of Roorkee or Haridwar or Dehradun, so you have to collect the information of the UV index that is available to you, and UV index is a natural phenomena. You cannot control it. But if you want to change the RPM of an engine, you can change the speed, you can increase the horsepower, you can decrease the horsepower, you can do many manipulations if you want to uh, go or reach your desired results. So variable is something that can change or can have more than one value. In simple words, a variable, as the name implies, is something that varies. It may be weight, it may be height, it may be temperature, it may be a score, test score, attitude, aptitude. It may change from person to person, group to group, place to place. For example, if you want to boil 1 liter of water uh, on plain land, you need 100 degree temperatures, 100 degree centigrade temperature that can boil the water. But if you go to top of the mountain, you need more temperature to boil the same amount of water because of the change of place and atmospheric pressure. Okay, so some variables can be concrete and clear, such as gender, birth order, type of blood groups, while others can be more abstract and vague. This is a part of your research work that will help you to understand research as a whole, as such, the better understanding when you plunge into your research work. You should not have a very shallow conception. You should have a concrete conception. You may have a small conception, but should be concrete, not shallow. Variables are a property that takes one different values. It also a logical grouping of attributes. Logical grouping of attributes. What is logical grouping? If you want to see the academic difference among the students of a particular class, you can group them in that way that each and every group possesses same number of students and their merit according to the previous result is same and equally distributed among the group. Okay, so variables can be defined in terms of measurable factors, though uh, a process of operationalization, it will convert difficult concepts into easily understandable concepts. A variable is a concept or abstract idea that can be described in measurable terms. In such, the variable refers to the measurable characteristics qualities, traits, attributes of particular individual, objective, or situation. So, in this way, variables are properties or characteristics of some event, object, or person that can take on different values or amount for a particular time or for a long period of time. A variable is a property that takes on different values. It was stated by Kurlingers. The definition of variable is, as Kurlinger told, a variable is a property that takes on different values. Black and Champion, another two philosophers, define variable that rational units. Remember, I use the term rational, but they use the term rational units of analysis that can assume any one of a number of designated sets of values. So, you cannot have abstract, vague ideas. It should be a particular value and it should be rational. It should be rational. Variables may also include an aspect of educational system, such as a specific teaching method or counseling program. A variable is any property or characteristic, a number or a quantity that increases or decreases, or that can be increased or decreased over time for the need of your experiment, or can be kept as constant to prove something in your research. So, the constant in variable is stated as n. Okay. In different situation, the n number is unchangeable. So, that is static, constant. It is pertinent for researcher to know as how certain variables within a study are related to each other. It is thus important to define the variables to facilitate accurate explanation of the relationship between the variables. So, temperature increase and the UV index is very close related. So, anybody who wants to go for this type of research, so the variables and the research should be correlated. The terms, the relation should be meaningful. There is no limit to the number of variables that can be measured, although the more variables, the more complex the study you will have. So that is why variables sometimes plays as an index during corona. So the testing of the vaccine, it was a certain number of people. It is not in India, for example, it is not possible to go for an experiment of 140 crore people. But how the scientists or doctors do? They go for a particular variables the human being from different sectors, different religion, different economic background, different health issues, and they apply. And it is a group, small group. Today 10 people, tomorrow 10 people, day after tomorrow 10 people, like this, for example. So whenever you go for experiment, if you need to do something in variable, try to use variables in a smaller um, way, number, amount, and with a as an index. As an index. What I want to mean is that, for example, mm, this hand sanitizer. Okay, so this hand sanitizer has got this milliliter of uh, liquid, and the whole liquid uh, bears the same composition. The same composition. So this is, you need not to purchase all the hand sanitizer from the shop. So one hand sanitizer, few milliliter will uh, use as your variable, and it will be used as an index. So what are the characteristics of variables? Please listen to this video, for example, because your coming examination, I will give questions on this particular topic. So if you can listen to this, you will be able to write your own answer. Characteristics of variables. Variables change. It can change. It can be changed. Variables can take up different values, of course different values, because different type of research will require different type of variables. You cannot have the same variables. You are doing research in law and you are doing research in education, you cannot have the same variables. Variables can be selected by the researcher. Variables can be either manipulated by researcher, or the effect of another variable can be observed or studied by the researcher. So another variable can play or can affect on other variable. Okay, other variable. If you want to suppose you want to fire wood, okay, firewood, and of a particular area, the wood is not catching up fire. So if you want to add, if you add some petrol, so the petrol will cause the it will affect the environmental causation, and will help you to ablaze the wood. So that can be a small thing, is easily understandable. In variables, raw data or figures will be gathered by the researcher for statistical purpose. Raw values of one variable can be predicted on the basis of another variable. If you want to put n Newton pressure, then the level of the water in a pipe will increase to, for example, 10 feet. And if you put more pressure, so it will also go higher. So this variable why? Because you are changing the pressure. So can affect the results of another variable, means because earlier it was 10, now the pressure is increased, the height is increased. Variables have a period when they start and stop. Okay, you cannot have continuous or permanent, because if it is variable, it cannot be permanent. Okay, variables have patterns such as daily, weekly, monthly. Variables, the values of variables can change over time across unit. For example, earlier the length of the meter, okay, 1 meter equal to 100 centimeter. This length of the meter is measured by a particular unit, a rod which is made of a copper, which is kept uh, in 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 France. Okay, so few years back, whatever I remember, the change of this meter, the because the because due to the long applications of weather and all these things, that there was a change in the length of the copper rod. So according to that, there was a change in the value in the meter. So understand. So this type of thing can take place. Even not only that, even the timing, the rotational period of Earth. Okay, scientists in world sector, they 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 use uh, clock which is run by uh, uranium, because uh, the accuracy of the clock is so high, so accurate, that it, it takes many years to go either slow or fast. So according to the change in the timing set in that particular clock kept in USA, the rotational speed, the the movement of the earth was slightly changed. Not change means it was considered. Okay. So variables play a key role in selection of methods and tools. So remember, when you are going to use your synopsis after your coursework, you have to put a synopsis of your research paper. So that synopsis, you have to put the methods and methodology. So methods and methodology will much depend on your variables. So variables are measured on different scales according to your theme, according to your subjects. Okay, so this is the characteristics. And now it is very important that types of variables. How many types of variables are there? There are 6 types of variables: independent variable, dependent variable, intervening variable, intervene, something that comes and change it, extraneous variable, moderator variable, and control variable. So these 6 variables are there. In my next video, because the video is getting longer, in my next video I will discuss about the types of variables. So for the day, I hope this video will be able to enhance your understanding of variables and research. Please go through this video, because on Friday I will ask from this video as usual. Okay, so until then, have a good day and stay fit. Thank you.